What's going on, people? Welcome to a brand new edition of the podcast. How's everyone doing? So you all okay?
Yes.
Yes.
We're doing good.
Good. How's everyone feeling about doing the podcast today?
Weird. I don't feel normal.
Nervous and excited.
Really? Is this your first time doing a podcast, everyone? All of you?
Yeah.
First time ever? So you said you feel nervous and excited at the same time?
Yeah.
Do you? What makes you kind of nervous and excited at the same time?
Because just knowing that loads of people are going to hear you, it's nerve-wracking.
Yeah. How about you guys? How do you feel?
To be fair, I've tried to do a podcast, but my brother did not agree with me, so we stopped.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the topic about, actually?
It was just random stuff about us waffling about stuff. It was just us having arguments, basically.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you find it hard to talk about things? Like, especially when it's getting recorded, and like you said a minute ago, do you find it hard to talk about things when you're getting recorded, or...?
No.
Yeah?
I waffle all the time.
It's perfect then. How do you feel though today?
Nervous and excited, just like to be on it.
That's alright.
God, I just understand.
It's alright, don't worry. Keep going, it's fine.
Yeah, nervous and excited.
Really? Do any of you listen to podcasts in general?
I did before,
Which-
ages ago.
Yeah, I did when I was
It was like Girl Talk or something.
yeah,
or
a couple
something.
of years ago I
Yeah.
listened to one.
Oh really? What it called Girls Talk, did you say? Or is that a
It's
theme?
something to do with that. It's
Okay.
about them talking about relationships and all of that, and how people got done weirdly.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you guys learn a lot about that through that podcast, of what people go through and experience?
Yeah, definitely.
Did you?
And I'm very careful. kind
Yeah.
of.
How about you?
Yeah.
Did you learn a lot?
Same with I learned quite a lot from it.
Really? Do anyone else listen to podcasts in general as well? Or not really?
Never.
Never. So your first time then. But what was it about those podcasts then that you really enjoyed about? Is it like because you were talking about themes that you're experiencing yourself or wanted to learn about? What was it about those podcasts that you listened to that you really liked and enjoyed?
The way it was funny, and I
Yeah.
could like listen to it without actually having to watch anything.
Yeah. I love that. How about you?
Yeah, like I learned a lot from it, and yeah, not really much to say.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But with this podcast in particular, right, it's all about helping young people out, get things off their chest and kind of talk to each other and myself about what they're going through, what they experience to get things off their chest, right? For you guys, when you talk about, things that you're going through, whether it's problems or like happiness or whatever it might be, do you find it quite hard to talk about what you're going through and what hardships you might be going through, or do you find it quite easy to talk about what you're going through?
I find it quite hard because I don't like opening up to people a lot like that.
Really?
Mm.
Do you have anyone that you can talk to, like friends or family, that you feel like it's easy for you to talk to? Because I know how hard it is for everyone, especially at your age, you're so young. You do find it hard to talk about a lot of things. But for you, do you have anyone you can talk to, like friends or family, or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who do you normally talk to? Is it friends or family, or?
Friends and family.
Yeah. Fair enough. How about you girls? Who do you talk to?
I don't talk to anyone really. I kind of just focus my mind on helping other people than myself.
Really?
It's just me helping other people. That's all I do, just to keep my mind off of myself. I can help other people.
I love. How does that make you feel? That helping other people?
It just makes me feel like I'm not that bad of a person. I can do nice things. So I help other people instead.
Do you feel like a lot of people come to you for help as well and advice? Because if you seem like such a confident person, do people come to you quite a lot for advice as well?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people do. Like, it's actually weird, but it's scary. But like, you need to give them a good advice. But sometimes I don't, and I'm like, don't listen to me that much because I actually don't know. But I do try and help everyone, and clearly it works because they keep coming back for more advice.
I love that though. See that knowledge that you got. Where do you think you got that from? Is it just through experience, or do you talk to people yourself to get that experience or knowledge?
I feel like I just worked off of my childhood, like going up from bottom to help people go from the bottom to the top.
I love that. Honestly, and is anyone, like, say you needed help with anything as well, is there anyone that you go to just in case, like say you're not sure of anything just in case? Because I love that you help other people. I think it's amazing.
I think I don't go to anyone. I feel like I tell them that I can think on it. Like, for example, I help a lot of people here. Like, I say, if I don't know, I say, I don't know, but I can, if you give me a couple of days, I will figure it out for you. And then they come back in a couple of days and I have the answer. And then they say thank you, and then yeah.
Honestly, I love that so much. And do you feel like that will be something like you like to work towards in the future? Like, say, like be a mentor or some kind of therapist, or just in general?
I think I want to work with kids or do football. That's the two things that I want to do.
Really? Have you been able to look into, or have you been able to get some help from people about how to say take that further now that you're in school? And
Yeah, I do work experience at now.
do you? How's that been getting on for you?
Yeah, it's scary.
Really? Is this actually a big difference for you guys going from like a school setting into like a work experience setting now?
Yes, it's very weird.
Yeah. What kind of things have you learnt so far since doing it?
I've learned. So I haven't actually gone to the workplace yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm going tomorrow, but I've done the interview with it, and it was scary, but apparently I did really well.
Really?
So it was very scary, but it was good.
Oh, I'm pretty proud of you. That's amazing. But talk about, I'll come back to the kind of whole question in a minute actually, but talk about interviews and stuff. I know that interviews can be quite nerve-wracking for a lot of people, but how do you guys find being interviewed for things, whether it's like, say, exams or a potential job, or how do you guys feel about being interviewed about things?
Like, I feel like it's a bit, like, scary.
Close the mic.
Like, it's a bit scary because, like, you don't know who's going to be listening to you, and it's just, like, a bit, yeah.
Do you manage to, say, practice beforehand, just in case, to say, they might ask you these questions? Do you manage to practice with anyone, say, like family or friends or teachers?
Yeah, like, I practiced this morning, but, like, still, it's a bit scary.
Yeah. How about you guys? How do you find getting interviewed about things?
I find it like awkward. It's like it's fun to like. It's good to know that people like want to get to know you and stuff. But at the same time, it's like hard to explain. I don't know.
I get you though. I get. Cause you feel like. Do you feel like you're see that put on the spot? Is that why you feel like it's quite
Yeah.
nerve-wracking? Is that why? Yeah.
And I don't normally like practice beforehand because like I don't know. I'm bad at like guessing what people's gonna say. So I just sort of make it up all on the spot.
Oh really?
Yeah.
See, I think all of you here are amazing at being interviewed or just talking in general. You've already shown me within these first like 5-10 minutes how good you are at just talking, thinking on the spot. It's really proud. But how about you guys? How do you feel about being interviewed about for things?
I think it's just like I don't mind it, but sometimes like it's a bit weird because as she said, it's like a bit on the spot and like you're just being asked questions and say like you don't know an answer to the questions. It just gets a bit like,
Yeah.
you know, like
I get you. That comes with experiences, doesn't it, over years. But how about you?
It's a bit like nervous because like say like how she said like you don't know like what they're gonna say and you don't know how many people are like gonna see it.
Yeah.
So and like I'm not really good at like practicing stuff.
Yeah.
So like you never know like what's actually gonna happen and what they're gonna say.
Do you all of you kind of in a way overthink about a lot of things? Say they might not have accepted what I said there, or they might not like say think of me differently. Do you guys overthink about a lot of things?
I don't think I could. I think I'm quite a person that just rolls with it, tries my hardest, and if it doesn't go right, I try again anyways.
Yeah.
But I think you asking me questions, I'm just picturing me and you just having a conversation.
I love that.
Instead of like all the mics and everything, I'm just picturing having a conversation with my mates, and that is it.
So that's the best way to do it. 'Cause I feel like just having a conversation with someone, they get to know the real person, don't they? She's brilliant. But can I go back to what we said earlier about the whole getting things off your chest? I mean, how do the rest of you find getting things off your chest? Do you find it quite easy to talk to people about things, or quite difficult? Especially at your age as well. How do you find getting things off your chest and talking to people about things?
You just got to, like, find someone who you trust, because, like, if you open up to someone, like, they could go around telling people. You just got to find someone who you can really trust.
I love that. Do you have anyone that you can talk to?
Yeah, I could talk to my parents.
Do you?
Yeah.
That's brilliant. How about you guys? Anyone else that you talk to about things?
It depends. If I'm comfortable around the person and like I like them and I feel like they're a good person, then I will open up to them about things.
Love that. And you?
I feel like I don't really mind who the person is, but whenever I'm talking to a certain person, I should know how much I'm sort of telling them. Because like in reality everyone has like different opinions about you and they'll like hide it and stuff, so like you never really know who they could tell your business to. But like unless it's like your parents and you have full trust in them, you feel comfortable talking to them, like I feel like it's either them or your proper best mates, like who you actually know their whole intentions of, to like, so you can share a lot of things with them.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of leading on to my next perfect question, actually. I mean, how important is it for you guys to, say, have a mentor or someone that is kind of experienced in life enough to give you advice? How important is it for you guys to have someone in your life that's, say, maybe a bit older than you, who's more experienced in life, to give you that advice that you need?
I think it's like, depending on how social you are, and like, so I think everyone should have like an older role model in their life, because they get into situations and stuff where they feel like, oh, I don't really know what to do, and have like no sort of opinion on this. So talking to like a youth worker, or like, what's it called? Huh?
Mentor.
A mentor.
Yeah.
I think it's just easier to like tell them your situation, and obviously because they're older, they get more experience from it. They're like, then they're not going to go through the exact same experience, so they won't have accurate like resolutions to it. But still,
Yeah. Does everyone agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, love that. And how does everyone here feel about getting advice from people that say are more experienced in life? Do you find accepting of information okay for you guys, or do you find it quite hard to listen to other people sometimes?
To be fair, I'm not very good at taking advice. I feel like the advice giver, not the taker. I don't like it. I feel like they're talking down to me, and I hate being talked down to. For example, teachers, they like talk down to me, and I hate it, and I react really badly. But to be fair, it's me. I'm an advice giver, not an advice taker.
Yeah. And do you feel like it's sometimes how they say things to you that makes you kind of not accept it, or?
I think it's the way people say it to me. They talk to me like I'm a child, and sometimes I don't feel like I want to be talked to like a child. I feel like I want to be talked to like equally, but it's the way they talk down to me, not equally. I hate it.
I completely get you. And does everyone feel the same way as well about that, or have different viewpoints?
Like, are we on about like the mentor?
Yeah, so like receiving advice from people. How do you find receiving advice from people? Do you find it okay, or do you find it quite hard to receive information from people?
I feel like it'll be okay, because like obviously they've experienced more in life, so
Yeah.
they could give you the advice that you need, and like, yeah.
Love that. Does everyone agree with that?
yeah.
Yeah? Nice. All right, that leads on to like the whole topic of today, right? So as you might know already, guys, we talk about relationships today, right? So comparing healthy versus toxic relationships. And I wanted to ask you guys, kind of in like a general way of asking, what is your kind of definition of what a relationship actually is? Is it quite an obvious thing for you? Have you asked what people what a relationship is? Does it come naturally to you? What do you think a relationship actually is?
When you like have someone that you can trust, someone that you love, and someone that you can talk to about things, like relationships can be like dating someone, or even like a friendship, or like your relationship with your family members. And you always like want to make sure that you have a good relationship with people, because nobody really wants to have a bad relationship with anyone, obviously. So yeah.
Amazing. How about you guys? What do you think a relationship is?
I feel like most people, if you say relationships, most people just go straight to thinking about dating. But it's not always about that, because you can have toxic friendships, toxic anything, and you can have healthy of anything. Like, some people have a very like toxic family relationship. Like, there's many people that have healthy but toxic family relationships are the worst. And then people think that like dating is like the main relationship, but it's the ones that came first. Because some people think dating's like I don't know how to explain it, but it's their main part of their life, when it shouldn't be their main part of their life. It's like your friends, you got to find true friends before you even find someone to date. Because if they are toxic, you need some friends to like pick you up. Some people that are not toxic themselves, so find yourself good friends before you even start dating. And then family, you got to make sure you have the best family relationships. Like, you need to know which ones you can actually go to with your information that won't go spreading it around the whole entire family, which is the worst.
Yeah. So you feel like kind of like kind of great communication, but it's kind of privacy at the same time. They kind of balance with each other. Yeah. How about you guys? What do you think a relationship is?
Like trust and loyalty. Like you like want people to like be honest with you. You don't want people to lie to you, because then that's not a good relationship.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I get you. And yourself?
I think a good relationship is like, yeah, so the same, like loyalty, trust. I feel like a lot of people, same as them, they link it back to dating, and like it's not always about that. Healthy relationships are good as well, like between friends and stuff. And yeah.
I love that. And yourself?
I think like relationships, like what she said, that like you need to find like good, like healthy people to be with, and like the best relationship is like with your family, because you know they're gonna like be there for you, and you've got to find like good like friendships, like people you can trust, and like people that like you care about and like you want to be with, and not like toxic ones where you like it's like bad for you, like leaving you out and stuff. Like you want to be with like healthy people who like care for you.
Amazing, I love that. And let's talk about that right now then, say, about healthy relationships. I mean, what do you guys think a healthy relationship is? Or what does it entail? What does it involve? What do you guys think a healthy relationship actually is?
I think a healthy relationship is definitely someone who you can go to and you tell them something and they do not go round telling their other mates everything that you've told them. Or even if it's like the most juiciest drama you could ever think of, they keep it to themselves. But, and then also there's other things like they can give you good advice. They don't throw you under the bus. They keep you safe. You feel safe when you're talking to them. You don't feel like they're going to go around saying everything.
Yeah, get that. And you guys?
Um,
Same thing, or want to add to it?
I think like it has to involve like being like comfortable around the person, feeling like you can like express yourself and not feel like you're going to be judged or anything, like, and like you don't want to feel like you want to feel loved by that person. And if it's like if someone actually like really likes you, they'll like show it.
How do you think they'll be able to show you in a healthy relationship that they love you and want to spend time with you? Is it like spending time with you? Is it taking them out to places? Is it like showing their friends and family? How would you feel? How would you kind of define that?
So like, say you're friends with someone and then that friend lets you like meet their family, and like they ask to spend time with you, or like they'll go out with you to places and stuff like that.
Okay. How about you guys? What do you think a healthy relationship is? Or what does it entail?
I feel like a healthy relationship is like when you two can sort of express each other to yourselves, be like yourselves around each other, and you sort of have that bond and like that trust, and you don't feel like one's using the other for a certain reason, and you can sort of always feel like you're loyal to each other. You don't feel as if you're letting the other person down or you're embarrassing yourself around the other person.
Love that. And yourself?
I'm agreeing with like what everyone's saying, because like you need to like have someone who you can be yourself around and open up to. So like I just feel like that's a healthy relationship.
Brilliant. And have all of you kind of experienced or witnessed a healthy relationship in your own life, say whether it's your family, your parents or friends, or I think that's what I would like for myself. Have any of you like kind of witnessed a healthy relationship in person?
I have. I think most of us are quite healthy towards each other.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we joke around, we tell each other to shush, all of this.
Yeah.
But it's out of love. Like, us being rude to each other is out of love.
Yeah.
Like, some people think, oh, they're being rude to each other, that means they literally hate each other. No, it's not like that. Like, most of us here definitely be rude to each other out of love. But it's something that people would look at us and be like, what sort of friendship's that?
Yeah.
But all of us know, as long as you know that you guys are healthy, that is as much as you need.
I completely get it, because like me and my mates, we take the mick at each other all the time, but it's like how we show like love to each other. Does everyone agree with that as well?
Yeah.
Brilliant. And this might be like a slightly hard question to ask, but for you guys, do you feel like people in a relationship, like each person should kind of play a role to some extent? Like one person should be the stronger one in the relationship, but one person should be this person, one person should be that. Do you feel like people should have like some kind of, not a role, but you know what I mean, some kind of structure in a way? Yeah.
No, I feel like, because like as people say, some people say, oh, women should stay in the kitchen, but I think both genders can be in the kitchen cooking, like not only one gender. Like there doesn't have, like, people say, oh, I'm the man of the relationship, only I can start it and I can end it, but I just feel like that's not fair.
Does everyone agree with that as well?
Yeah.
That's that brilliant.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, let me pose my next question actually, because obviously you guys are still so young, you're still experiencing new things all the time. But for you guys, and from your perspectives, how do you kind of feel like relationships have maybe changed over the years? Do you feel like it's hard to find a relationship now? Do you think that it's changed in a way? How do you feel relationships have actually changed over the years? You know, if they have.
Maybe like back like years ago, as she said, like sort of similar, like women would like be in the kitchen, and then like women would be like really different to like men, and men would kind of be like the more like controlling one in the relationship, whereas now it's like if you're in a healthy relationship, like it's more equal.
How about you guys?
I feel like it's just more gender equal. Like it's something that has developed over time, over girls fighting for their equal rights with men. But I feel like it's a good thing out of humanity and men actually being humane towards women.
I would probably say the same thing as her, to be honest.
I sort of feel like, same. Over years, like relationships change, and like the world's gone a lot more gender equal, sort of. And what's it called? I feel like some girls and some men do still feel like that way due to like cultures and stuff, and they sort of get it mixed up with religion as well, saying that women should have this sort of role and like this and that. But I feel like it's just unfair, and like they do feel as if, you know. But I feel like depending on sort of where your background is and like whatnot, some families do just, you know, like to keep it old. I don't know.
No, I get like kind of like that old school kind of mentality about things.
Yeah, but I feel like it should be equal. Like, yeah, I feel like people should just come more into like 21st century.
Okay. And yourself?
I feel like, as someone else said about like it should be equal.
Actually, I want to go add to what you said a minute ago. Actually, about the kind of like different generations and cultures and so forth. Do you reckon that there's like generational differences in the mentality of say a healthy versus toxic relationship?
Definitely.
Compared to what you guys think compared to say elders? You say definitely. What do you think those kind of differences could be?
I feel like some like of the generation may think that, so older generations think, oh, like women don't have to work, like they can just stay at home, do what they want and look after their children. The genders of people in older generations is men go work, women stay home, and they think that their children are going to do that. But the younger generations now think, oh, I'll do the cooking tonight and you can go have a spa moment or whatever. And then like that's the men who's saying that. And then they keep it equal towards each other, and they make sure that everyone's feeling happy, everyone's doing something the same, like they're going to work and all of that.
Like with like the older like generation, like they would like expect like the woman to cook and stay home and like feed the kids while the man like goes out and do like the jobs and everything. But like nowadays it's like they would like take it in turns, like say if like one of the parents is like working, the others will like take care of the kids and stuff, and it's more like equal now because like the women have like fought for their rights and stuff instead of like staying home, and like they're like they go and like work and they don't need to take care of the kids 24/7 now. So it's more like equal now than what it was like in like the olden days, because that's more like toxic, because the like man saying like the women like don't have rights to do stuff, but now like they do.
And before I get to your kind of answers, there actually gone.
With like generational differences, say as like what's it called? Relationships always isn't about dating. Say, you know how family wise abuse to like children back like years ago was like legal, whereas like now it isn't. So I think like nowadays the family relationships, it can still be toxic, but not as toxic as it maybe was like 50 years ago, 100 years ago, something like that.
I feel as if the older generation, like so old people basically, they same as what she said, abuse like they used to allow abuse a lot, and what's it called?
So the question was, so what generational differences do you think there are between yours and elders in terms of like?
I think elders sort of respect each other, but at the same time, like, what's it called? Yeah, so elders sort of respect each other, but at the same time, like with this generation, I feel like men sort of don't really have the same sort of romance that they used to. I feel like it's changed a lot, and like especially with like our age and that, they're not really responsible, they're not really respectful and stuff, like compared to the older generation where like they were more sort of like, how do I explain it, like they sort of lowered their sort of eyes, and like at the same time they just have more respect and stuff in general. Like compared to now, it's really like men sort of expect.
To add on to that, I was like, it's more the people now are like they have no respect for women. That's how you're trying to say.
Yeah.
They have no respect, and in the olden days they were like always taking them out on dates, all of this. Even at the age of like 15 they were doing that, and knowing us, we're like almost 15, some of us are almost 15, and there's no one taking out people on dates like how they used to. And I feel like it's showing that since women have got their equal rights, they are not given that princess treatment. I know loads of people want princess treatment, but they can't get it from this boy generation. It's so annoying. I know I'm annoyed about that, but it's fine.
I was actually going to ask you about that actually. Do you think it's because they become more equal now in terms of a lot of things that
definitely.
Men maybe, do you think men are kind of changing perceptions now of, okay, we're more equal than you, we treat you differently? Is that how you think?
Yeah, I think that's because we're all equal now, so what's the point of giving them that treatment of taking them out on dates? And I think it's just the manners of it, not just because we're equal now, you don't have to treat us like the queens, but like it's just the manners of taking out a girl on a date. If you want them to date you, you need to give them that little special, make them feel special, because if you don't make them feel that special, then you might think, oh well, they're not giving me anything, like I think they're just dating me for just dating me.
Yeah.
But if you make them feel special, definitely you'll want them.
Like what she was saying about princess treatment, boys nowadays, they don't take it seriously. they just date you for the sake of it now. They don't like want to take anything serious.
And also, I feel like with princess treatment, some boys do understand what girls want and what their intentions are, but because girls, like, maybe they've had a bad past, or maybe they've sort of expected something because they've never really received anything from, like, let's say their dads and stuff. They were never really there for them. So they might see that in, like, boys, and they're already really young. And so they can sort of get the intention, like, older boys can maybe have more respect and stuff. And I feel like some boys, like, that are older as well, are really manipulative. So they can sort of give you princess treatment for, like, let's say 2 weeks, and then sort of just, like, take what they want and leave you like that. And I feel like that happens a lot recently, especially for, like, 14 to, like, 16-year-old girls.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think like things like social media and dating apps, those kind of things have affected things quite badly for you guys as well, especially being so young as well? Do you think like the influx of like TikTok or Insta, whatever it might be, and dating apps have changed perceptions of a lot of people as well, in dating especially?
Yeah, because what's it called? People have like more like online relationships now as well because of dating apps, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, all of this. And then sometimes, like, ever since like social media has like been like brought like into the world, stuff like grooming and that has happened because of like social media. And yeah, relationships have like been like more online now. Like, say you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, it's like a lot more common to meet them online.
I feel like social media is more of a place where boys can get an idea of what girls look like and how perfect they are. But if you think about it, like, not every girl's going to look absolutely stunning and in every way, shape and form. Some of those people that do look perfect in every way, shape or form is sometimes very disrespectful towards the man. So it's not always about the looks. You need to think about the personality. People always think, oh, she's pretty, like, I want to get her snap and all of that. But it's the fact that you didn't get to know them before you asked for their snap and all of that. So you need to think about their personality before you think about their looks.
Do you guys agree with that as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how does that make you feel as young women now, being like seeing these things and experiencing it as young women? How does that make you feel, like experiencing through social media, especially?
Like, say a boy just wants you for the way you look, it might feel like you're being used, or like, because boys nowadays, they're not that like fussed about your personality. They more care about like your body, your face, and like the way you look more than like your personality and how you feel and how, like, what you like, stuff like that.
I feel like I got to know a lot of people around our area because of like social media and stuff. Because I know that a lot of people would have just stayed so antisocial because they don't really go out a lot, especially in this area. Like, I feel like everyone sort of knows each other because of, let's say, like Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, like all of that stuff. I just feel like I wouldn't know most of these people if it wasn't for me socialising and like people finding out my Snap and like, you know, just getting to know me like that. So yeah.
Get you. You went to say something there?
Like, social media, like, platforms are like a really big like thing, but there's also like if someone like adds you and you don't know them, like, they could like be catfishing you, not be like who you say you are. Like that, like, that's why like you shouldn't add like people you don't know, like people like you know of, but like you don't know. Like, that's fine because like you know who like they are, but like there are multiple people out there like they say they're someone but they're not. And then they can like ask you to meet, and then it's just like not who it is, and it's just a man.
Yeah, no, I get you. It happens. It happens a lot, you know. I mean, has anyone given you kind of like lessons or told you, like, say, just be careful of this kind of thing? Like, people might add you, might DM you, like, you don't know who the hell they are, so you meet me here, or just give you advice on these kind of things. Has anyone like kind of giving you like a little kind of lesson beforehand, just in case?
I feel like teachers do that the most.
Do they?
Teachers always try and keep you safe online. Like, I've never heard my dad say, don't add someone random. I've never heard him say that, but I've heard teachers tell me that about 10 times. And I think that is a good thing about school, because people think, oh, school is so boring, all of this. So you turn up to school for your friends, and that's where you get most of your friends. And you turn up to school for the advice, because you can't just sit there on your own thinking about your feelings. You need someone there to push you through it. And I think that's why many people do go to school. They say it's boring, they say it's this. Because I know for a fact that I don't come here for my education. I come here for my friends and for the advice from the teachers.
I get that. So do you all, before we get asked the rest of you actually, do you feel like there should be like within all schools, there's a youth centres, wherever it might be, they should all have some kind of advice centre for, like, say, relationships, social media, this and that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. And going back to the whole kind of social media thing in particular, actually, this might be a silly question because I do ask a lot of like stupid questions sometimes. But say you guys were in a relationship with someone, and obviously with the option on social media, you could like other people's pictures, comment on whatever it might be. How would you guys feel if, say, your partner was liking pictures and comments on other people's?
I would
Picking.
kill him.
So blunt. I would kill him.
No, like, I feel like, what's it called? I should be able to trust my partner to be, like, loyal and at least, like, appreciate me and not just go on social media. Like, I understand, yeah, the fact he has his opinion and he would know that people would, like, are good looking in general. Like, I'm sorry, like, maybe in his eyes, I'm not the girl, like, off of his dreams and stuff. But at the same time, I feel like at least respect my presence and, like, the fact that I'm even talking to you. So, like, it's basic respect. Just not do that.
I feel like I would get mad if it's someone who's not famous. Because if they're famous, I can't lie, if everyone likes famous people's photos, and if it's like Kim K in a bikini, okay, fine, it's Kim K, you're never gonna get a chance with her, G. So if it's someone that, like, I know, then, like, what are you doing? Like, don't do that. That's just disrespectful towards me, and I won't feel trustworthy to let you go out on a boys' night anymore. Like, if you're meeting up with that exact girl.
Got it. How about you guys? What do you think?
Especially when, like, say, what's it called? The boy that liked that photo, imagine the girl in the photo is, like, your, like, best mate or something, and then, like, it's just so, like, peak on you, because imagine, like, your, like, ex-boyfriend getting with your best mate or something. That is very, like, just out of order.
Did you want to agree with that?
Yeah. Indeed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and that then, I just thought of something else. Do you feel like that's some kind of, in a way, cheating then? Say if your partner's like liking and commenting on other women's pictures.
Fair, I wouldn't think it was cheating. I would just think it's disrespectful towards me and myself. But I wouldn't say it's cheating. The only thing I think I class as cheating is, like, kissing, hugging, unless you're best mate. Well, if it's his mum, you can hug his mum, G. But if it's, like, physical touch, in any physical touch way, like, if you're just, like, giving them a side hug, like, nothing too much, I wouldn't class it as cheating. And then if it's, like, kissing, all of that, or even if the excuse is I was drunk, mate, you're gone.
Fair enough. Would you agree with that?
I don't think that's cheating. Like, just as she said, like, hugging, kissing, anything like that, then I consider that as cheating.
Fair enough. And another thing I want to kind of ask as well about social media again, obviously, or a few more things, is I know that obviously a lot of people put quite explicit pictures and stuff on their socials. Do you feel like this should stop once you get into a relationship, or does it depend on something else, do you think?
Yeah, because it kind of links to like the fact that boys are going to use you more for your body, because say like you're dating a boy and he sees on Instagram like a picture of a girl in like a bikini or something, he's going to think, oh yeah, that's what I want, and then he's going to start talking to his girlfriend and like asking her for like more like, what's the word, to send him like
Nudity.
pictures or something like that.
I feel like. Go on, no, you
Go.
go. I feel like what's it called? If people, they think with their brains, not their heart. So if they go onto Instagram and they see a nice picture of someone like explicit, they will be like, I want that in their head. But in reality, their heart is saying, oh, I love my girlfriend. So their brain is going into their heart to try and make the girlfriend do exactly what that girl on Instagram was doing. So they're making their brains talk for them, but they need to let their hearts talk for once.
Got it.
I would like to say the same, like when they see like a picture of someone like that, they would want their like girlfriend to be like that. But then I also think like girls shouldn't stop what they're posting just because of like someone wants to look at it and they want like, because they shouldn't change what they're posting just for someone else. Like at the end of the day, it's like what they're comfortable with doing. But even though like, what's it called, like, other people are like like even if it's like other people want their girlfriend to change just because of someone else, like they shouldn't be like just be focusing like on the body. They should be like focusing on the personality, because at the end of the day it's not like they could have like a lovely like body and everything, but they could have a really bad personality and treat you really bad. So it's not just all about the body, it's about personality the most.
Got it.
I feel like nobody should change for anyone, for like anybody's desire, anything like that. Nobody should have to change.
And we'll get the whole toxic relationship thing in a minute, actually, properly. But a few more questions leading up to it is, how do you all feel about people posting their relationship problems online for people to see? Do you think they do it for clout, or do you think it's for money, or content? What do you think? I know. You can switch straight on. Okay.
Basically, I feel as if, you should not be posting your problems online for everyone to see, because I feel like that would make people even more invested and make the problem even bigger than what it actually seems. If you want someone to know, like, I feel like if you want to tell someone about your problems, you shouldn't be going like exposing all of it, because maybe like your partner might see another side of the story, and then it just gets into a massive confusion. And then I know, like, be for real, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of girls that can be jealous of your relationship or jealous of you because, you know, your man's a man or something. So I feel like they would want to ruin it even more and sort of move to, like, make this problem seem actually bigger than what it is. So I feel like if you want to tell someone about, like, your relationship problem, get advice or something, just go to your counsellor, go to your friend, go to your mum, anyone. Don't be exposing it.
But I feel like, because like if you go online, you see like a lot of like women groups, and they like just like say stuff to them like, oh, I've got this going on, like, do you have any advice to give me? And they all give each other advice, but maybe not like on Facebook, Instagram, not like that, because then it's like Chinese whispers, like it goes round, and then like say a word goes to one person, and then on the end it comes out different, so the guy's gonna get a whole other story.
Got it.
I feel like men would take it the wrong way. Like, if they say that a girl posts on their story saying, so this happened, and this happened, and this happened, yeah, then the boy sees that, and then he gets vexed because, like, obviously, the girl that you would like is now mad at you, is now sharing that all online, and is making him to be out the bad guy, when in reality it's probably like a mutual thing. Like, they got in an argument, they both said, well, goodbye, and then, are you good, mate?
like what's it called? When like you're posting your like relation like stuff like on social media, it could like get like everywhere and it could pass out to like the wrong information, and it could be like it could come back to the person like it's about, and it could be like a totally different story than you actually posted, and it could like you'd rather like just tell people you trust about it and not like have it everywhere and like have everyone knowing like your personal life and about your relationships, and you could just tell the people like you trust not to tell people.
This leads on to the next bit perfectly, guys. What do you guys think is a toxic relationship? You spoke about a lot about it already, but what do you think a toxic relationship actually is?
I think like a toxic relationship is where like you don't have like full trust in someone, like the person, and you like feel like you can't speak to them, and like say if you want to tell them about something, you like feel like they're gonna go tell people instead of like keeping it to themselves, and like you feel like you can't like be like comfortable around them, and they're forcing you to do stuff that you don't want to do, and like they're asking you like to change, like they're telling you to like change like stuff that you don't want to change about yourself, and they don't like you for who you are.
Got it.
Yeah.
I feel like a toxic relationship is definitely when you're more hesitant to tell people what you're saying. Like, if you have a feeling about something and you are hesitant to tell that person, I don't think it's very healthy between you two, because if you're hesitant to tell them something, how you trusting them? So some people don't know what a toxic relationship is, but if you're hesitant, then definitely. But also, if you, I don't know what she said. She said that if they force you to do things, but if they force you to do things like, let's say something fun, it doesn't mean they're forcing you to do something. It's just like something to give your life a little bit of edge or something. So not all of the things they force you to do, because some people might misunderstand that and think, oh well, they forced me to do skydiving, or they forced all of that. But it's not like that. It's like if they force you to chat to someone so they can get to someone or something like that.
Got it. I wanted to ask all you guys actually, for those who are in a relationship that seems completely and obviously toxic, but aren't breaking up, and from an outside perspective seems like they should break up, why do you guys think they tend to stay in that relationship?
Okay, so I feel like what's it called? People don't really see like the sort of inner connection that people have in a relationship. Like people, so obviously in relationships, like good relationships, when you're say dating someone, they could have opened up to you and told you a lot of stuff, and like you two've been together for how long? I feel like from an outside perspective, you two, like, it will look like it's really unhealthy, and it probably is unhealthy as well if everyone's seeing it, but because those two people sort of have a connection with each other and know each other like a lot, it might be hard for them to like sort of split and stuff, and yeah.
Like the people who are in the relationship, they could not like see that it's toxic, and if they do see it's toxic, they like want to like make it work, but it just won't. But they think they can make it work, but then it just never works. And then
What's the question?
So the question was why. So for people that are in a toxic relationship, and from an outside perspective, it seems such an obvious thing for them to break up and go their separate ways. Why do you think they might stay in that relationship?
Oh, I think they might stay in that relationship because obviously they've been together for probably a long time, and they probably have like shared quite a few things that if you break up, they could go tell, which you don't want to be told. So they want to stay together so that they don't go telling what you've told them, because obviously you might have thought it was going to last literally forever, and you've told them literally your deepest, darkest secrets that you don't want no one knowing. And if you break up, if it's that toxic, he might go and tell, or she might go and tell. Like, it's not something you want, so they want to stay together so that they can keep their trust and make it work, so that they don't have to let all their secrets out.
Got it. And last couple of questions is, why do you think some people keep going back to the same sort of, I kind of added to what you just said there, why do you think Actually, yeah, go on. We want to say something there.
Oh no,
Oh,
I was going to answer your
Okay,
question.
okay. My fault. The question was going to be like, why do you think some people kind of keep going back to the same kind of toxic person? Do you think, like, is it adding to what you said there? Do you think they've got like, secrets? Do you think it's like in a way it's kind of like a thrill or some other reasons? Why do you think they could go back to the same sort of toxic person?
I think sometimes people go back to people because, like, you think they've changed and you think that they can actually give you a good relationship that you want, but then turns out, like, when you actually, like, get back together, like, they actually haven't changed and they've got worse. And, like, with another bit, like they could, like, have your secrets as well and you don't want them going out because you trust them and put your, like, trust into them to, like, yeah, like, have your secrets and stuff, and like they could have told you they changed and they actually haven't. Yeah. That's it.
Like, I'm agreeing what she said. Like, you're giving them too many chances, and you think they're going to change when in reality you think they changed, but they haven't. So I just say, if you don't think they're going to change, don't go back.
Got it.
I think a lot of people, so when they end a relationship and they want to go back, I feel like they think about how it started a lot and like how it sort of affected them, like how sweet they were, and like they feel like, oh, they might have changed and stuff, and like because you left them, they sort of thought that you know, oh, I lost something and like I shouldn't have done this and that. But like when they come back, they sort of just take advantage again because they know that they sort of feel like maybe you don't have a lot of self-respect and that you probably, so they think that you need them. And I feel like, yeah, a lot of people rethink how it started.
I think that people might have thought to themselves, go back to them because they liked one thing about them, but they didn't think about how it made them feel in the first place, like the way they are. But that one thing kept drawing them back. It could be like the way they smiled at them or the way they treated them outside of public. But it was like, if they realise all of that and then they realise, oh, well, they treated me like this behind the scenes or all of this, because behind a lot of people that think that they have happy relationships, there's a lot of people that don't get treated right. And I know that because there's some people that have opened up online, like for some TikTok people who've opened up, said, yeah, you may think it was a quite happy relationship because we showed you all the happy parts. But obviously it's not always going to be happy, it's going to be some sad parts, but that's something that you need to keep in mind, that if it's behind all of those things, there's way worse things than just smiling or keep treating you well in public. You need to think about those things before you go running back.
Got it. Any word from you as well about that?
Huh?
Okay, guess not. Okay, but we're about to finish. I do have loads more questions, obviously, but before we finish up, though, is there any final word from you guys about like you want to say about relationships in general, or being able to speak up about things? Any final words you want to say before we finish up?
Me.
Got it.
Okay, so basically, if you have broken up with someone, don't just straight away think, I need someone new. Because I know that I've done that a lot. But it's the fact that you need to think, hold on a minute, maybe I need a break for myself. If I've got broken up with, or you've broken up with them, maybe it's a sign that you need some just time to yourself, really. And you need to make sure that you have yourself back together, because if they're going to love you, you've got to love them, and you've got to love yourself. So you always have to love yourself before you love someone else.
Love that. Go.
Don't be afraid, if you're like in a toxic relationship, don't be afraid to like break up with them. Like, I don't think anyone should be having to go through a toxic relationship. Try to get into a nice and healthy relationship.
Love that.
I think if like you're having feelings that like your relationship is getting toxic, I think you should like speak to someone and like get like their opinion on it, see if it actually is toxic, because sometimes like your love in someone can like like blind you from the like bad sides of it, because you want to love them, but like they're like giving you like the bad energy, like to like a toxic relationship basically. So I think that's a good like thing, like how you can find out like if it actually is toxic or it's just like overthinking.
Got it. Love that. How about you two? Any final words?
No.
Okay.
I'll say,
So blunt.
right, final words. Do not go back to the same guy who has done you dirty multiple times and clearly has no respect for you.
Love that. Okay, but before we do go, though, I'd like to say how proud I am of all of you here. You guys are amazing. I'm really proud of you all, and thank you so much for an amazing episode. And take care, guys. See you soon. Bye bye.